ready?
Okay.
Okay. Welcome back to Chit Chats, everybody. My name is Antonio.
I'm Cody.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Grace. Let's have a chit chat.
You did it. We did it. We did it, guys. All right, we can go home. We can go home now. Yeah. All right, guys. Welcome back. Oh, good start. We're all frozen. Okay. Hey, it froze for a second, but we're good. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Chit Chats. We have a special occasion today. We have some people that have been on the show before. Obviously, we have Cody and Rachel. Welcome back, guys. But for the first time in Chit Chat's history, this is a monumental moment, guys.
Hold on, is this in Tonyverse history?
In Tonyverse, yes, and in Tonyverse history, I believe, yes.
I feel like this is like a pivotal moment in my life, to be honest with you.
I'm flattered that you said that. Thank you. But yes, this is Grace's first time ever in a video, I believe, in a chit chat at least, for sure. So, welcome, Grace. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I called you guys here specifically because we have some business to take care of today that I think you guys are more than well equipped to deal with, to say the least. You guys may or may not have heard of Marvel, as in the comic book studio and movie studio and, you know, multimedia conglomerate, you know.
Does that have something to do with Star Trek?
Yeah, I think that they did do Star Trek, yes.
Okay.
But they're mainly known for, you know, their cinematic universe. I'd say that widespread, they're mainly known for their, you know, they release a couple movies here and there.
Okay.
And
they don't do that one.
No, they're not that well known, I don't think. But, you know, that's kind of why we're spreading the word out. We're going to be ranking them today in a tier list. You may have heard of, you know, tier list videos. They pop up every now and then on YouTube. We're going to be making our own today. We've done it before. Rachel and Cody, you were in the last one we did with the Pixar movies, but now we're doing Marvel movies.
Pixar movies? Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Grace. You missed out on that one. But you're here today, and that, you know, we're living in the present.
Yeah, and you should go and watch it.
Yeah, you can go and watch the 2-hour Pixar movie tier list.
It was 2 hours?
We had a lot of things to say for that one. Yes, it was 2 hours.
Oh my god!
I don't know how long this one's gonna be. But guys,
what's the goal for this one?
Well, so here's the thing: Marvel has made a good amount of movies. We're only doing the Infinity Saga today.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, I thought that's more than enough movies to talk about. What is your question?
If we say something that's like a spoiler, is that fine? Because a couple years have passed.
Yeah,
I'd say that is fine. Yes.
Okay, because I was about to make a joke and then I stopped myself, but
what is the joke? I'm curious.
I was like, oh, so up until Tony Stark dies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is your spoiler warning. Anyone that is watching, if you haven't seen these movies, they all came out like years ago. But that's also kind of why I wanted to mainly do that chunk, because most people have seen all of those. I'm not included in that, but most people, yes. And then that way we have a good definitive beginning and end to our little journey here. But yeah, so let's get started, because I mean, you guys, I don't think I need to say, you guys know, like, you guys are big Marvel fans, you know what I mean? I know that.
I have to have a visual. I gotta pull up like a list of them.
It's okay.
No, they're right. I know.
There. Well, lucky for you, I have a nice little visual right here.
Perfect.
Whoa.
I believe this is the chronological order that all these movies came out.
Wait, am I supposed to click on something?
Yes. No. There should be like a prompt to view the whatever I'm sharing on my.
Oh, there
it worked. Okay, it worked. Cool.
Okay,
we're good.
This is intense. I'm like stressed out.
This is the definitive.
It's okay.
We'll get through it. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be friends after, but we're just friends.
Well, yeah, just friends.
Another reason I wanted you guys here is because I haven't seen all of these movies, so I don't have as much to say about all of these movies, but that's okay. You guys can kind of take the reins a little bit.
Little known fact, Antonio has never watched a movie ever.
I've never seen a single movie. Correct. Yeah. I just don't have
Never
time.
ever.
They're too long.
Why you
What
name
can I
it?
say?
Just anticipate him not doing it.
But that's okay. You guys, like, you guys are here. Okay.
Except
Minions.
I am
That's
more than
for
willing to
Minions.
give you guys the time,
Minions
time in the
and
spotlight.
a talking cat.
Oh my god. Anyways,
Antonio's favorite movie is a talking cat.
That's fact. Okay. Let's begin with
I'm hurt.
Iron Man 1.
Okay, wait. Can you like explain to me how this works? I don't mean to like throw us off, but what am I supposed to do? Just like
You don't really have to do much. You just have to
You have
speak
to
your
voice
mind.
your opinion.
I will do
what
all of
is the
I will do all of this, you know.
what does each of the little things stand for?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
In
It's
the
better
tier
than a
list.
tier list.
Oh, okay. No, my bad. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'll explain it. Basically, yeah, so every tier, as in every letter, is like a ranking bracket, kind of. So, like, S is the top. S is, like, the best you could ever want to see. Best movie ever. F is, like, the exact opposite. Like, the worst, trash thing, not worth watching. Okay.
It makes sense.
Okay, yeah. And then, obviously, there's in between. But, like, yeah, so if you have like sort of a number ranking, we can kind of convert that to the letter that corresponds to it. But I don't know.
Well,
Like,
I think that makes sense.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. Glad that makes sense. All right. So what are we thinking about Iron Man 1? Because I have only ever seen half of this movie, so I don't really know what to say about it. But
So, what always gets me whenever I think about tier lists is like, what am I balancing? Like, what am I trying to figure out? Like, how much I liked the movie, like, you know what I mean?
it can kind of be whatever you think is fitting for it. Whatever ranking.
See, but I feel like with the first Iron Man, it's such a classic that like has to be S.
Well,
Okay.
yes and no.
But it's like to start out, like I really like that movie. I remember watching the movie all the time, and I still do.
I can't remember, how does that one end?
He ends it by saying, "I am Iron Man."
Yeah.
No, that
And then
no.
the credits roll.
No, that's how it ends.
Is that actually?
Yes,
I don't
Oh my
know.
gosh, you're actually wait.
Yes.
Sorry, I just had to take a second to remind myself what happened in that movie.
I
Because
don't
the
know.
only thing I can think of when I think of that movie is the beginning when he's like in the cave and trying to break out and whatnot, and he comes
Okay.
back and eats a couple cheeseburgers, and then for some reason I just blacked out the rest of it. I don't know what happens.
Well, and then he develops the suits, and it's literally the start of it all.
Yeah, so it
I
kind of
think-
makes it like a classic.
Top S, but I feel like it's in that category. If you guys want to put it in A, that's okay. But
I feel good about putting it in A, just because you
Yeah.
can't really go wrong with it. But I'm also like
Right.
better
Yeah.
ones.
okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I feel that. All right. I mean, it did start this whole, universe. So, like, I feel like that's
Mhm.
worth something, right?
Yeah, it has to get some
Right.
sort of credit for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're talking about, this is probably, like, one of the more weird movies, from my understanding. The Incredible Hulk. This is, like,
Oh,
I don't know.
weirdly, it's, like, part of the cinematic
watched that
universe,
one.
technically, but, like, they
Yeah, it's
immediately
kind of how, like-
recast the dude.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Spider-Man, how like, Spider-Man, let's for example say Tobey Maguire, and that's all through Sony and everything like that.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing as like them making the Spider-Man Homecoming movie, because it's like now it's officially Marvel, it's officially in that universe. I mean, more or less, but it's I think it's
Have
kind
you
of weird.
seen
The
it?
movie itself wasn't that bad. Probably wouldn't go out of my
I would
way
say-
to watch it.
I would say definitely don't have to watch it, but it's a good time. So C.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say C or D, just because it's so often forgotten, and it's because there's not really anything that happens. You just kind of learn how he became Hulk, but it's also not even the same guy, so it's just kind of
Doesn't
weird.
feel like the same story. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
basically-
I had watched all the Marvel movies up several times before I even watched that one, because I just didn't really think it was
Yeah.
important. And it really didn't add anything to the storyline or anything like that.
You don't really
Besides-
need the context of that movie to understand the rest of the...
Yeah, because they like
Films.
reintroduced Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like you don't need the movie to understand the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the timeline and all that kind of stuff. But you also don't really need I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying.
D.
Personally, I would say D as well.
Okay.
I agree with D.
All right.
Because I feel like, yeah.
Hey, bud.
We will put it in D. I think that's fair. I feel like people would agree with that. All right, Iron Man 2.
That's the one where he, what is it? What happens in that one?
With electric whip.
So many Iron Man movies, I just can't even
Yeah.
I'll
remember.
pull up the Wikipedia article.
No, it's the one where he's on the racetrack. And...
Oh my gosh, that was a good one. I like that one.
Mhm.
Sorry, it's been a minute since I've watched some of these, so I'm like, what the heck?
Well, these are like the oldest
Yeah.
ones, so.
And then, okay, in all
I-
fairness, Iron Man 3 is my favorite, so I'm gonna save that one
Spoilers.
until.
I agree.
I agree with
I
that
agree
too.
with that.
Man, Thor.
I think in my
Okay.
general, like impression, people generally feel like this is the best of the trilogy. But I actually, maybe,
Yeah, there's like a debate if 2 or 3 is the better one.
yeah.
I do like this one. I feel like
Mhm.
I feel like this one is like good, but like not the best. So for that, I would say B.
It's also where Black Widow technically gets introduced, and I feel like that
Right.
we can't let that go unnoticed. But
That's true.
right.
I can't remember
I mean, he's in it.
which
for the
one
first-
is the one
That's
where
true. Don Cheadle's in it.
Don
That's the
Cheadle.
first one.
he's in all three of them.
That's
I'm pretty
always
sure.
a plus.
No,
No,
he's
he's
not.
not. He's not in the first one.
Oh, he's not in the first one because his
Fake one.
actor got replaced or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard about
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same character, but not Don Cheadle. So
that. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Um,
no, we only care about
Because Don Cheadle is the best.
yes. As for Don Cheadle, I would say A or B for one.
I would say B because I would rather watch other Marvel movies compared to this one.
Yeah,
Agree with that.
I'm okay with like a high B.
B.
Okay. High B. All right. And also, just for reference, the rankings within the tier do apply. So like, there
Okay.
can be something higher in B than another thing in B, and that does make a
Sounds
difference.
good.
But,
Okay.
Okay. So Thor, the first Thor movie.
This one is weird because I feel like it was so long ago. Well, I mean, a lot of these were, but like, I don't know. It feels like an entirely different story almost, but it is related. And I did really like it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'd say C.
That's what I was thinking. I
would agree with that.
C because one, you make a good point about the story. The story's kind of
Meh.
meh. Also, he doesn't have eyebrows.
Yeah.
He-
He's
was-
just so blonde.
But also, Loki's in it, and I like Loki. And
I would say C.
I do
Tony,
like the
you're
fights.
I think it was better. That's like the last one that I would want to watch. Like, I wouldn't like voluntarily be like, I want to watch a Marvel movie. Which one am I going to pick? Oh, yeah, Thor.
No.
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
That one I kind of put on like the same level as Incredible Hulk almost. Like this one's a step up for sure, but it's like it just feels like so distant for some reason, and I don't really know how to explain that. It just
I know what you mean.
I like the
Yeah.
other Thor way better. This is the least one that I would watch.
yeah, and the other Thor ones actually feel like Thor movies. It's weird. I can't really describe it. It doesn't necessarily feel like it.
I say C. Let's put it in C. What's the
C.
next one?
All right. C for Cheadle. As a
You
dog
C
Cheadle.
for Cheadle. Yep.
Wait.
All right. Captain America: The First Avenger.
Ooh.
I really like that one. I would put it in A.
I'm okay with A.
Yeah, I would put it in A
Damn,
too.
that was all right. All across the board, we're going with A.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like we're holding on to our S's. We don't want to.
I know. I would.
Yeah.
I would almost put it in S, but
No.
we'll move on.
I'm assuming
I
you
have
guys
to
have.
see if I put an S, so I'm like holding on to that.
Yeah, I'm
So,
assuming you guys have like your S picks like in
Yes.
mind already. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
I do really like this one.
would this go above the first Iron Man or below?
I would say above.
I would say above two. Yeah.
Should we?
Okay, that's fine.
Do we have it like any like why it should go that high or
I
like?
think it's just better quality.
Just all agree.
It's just better
Okay.
quality.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like that a lot more.
You can't go
Well,
wrong with Bucky either. I mean,
Bucky.
and I like I liked the villain in this one. What was his name?
Red Skull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Red
Red
Skull. He was really good. I mean, as a villain, I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first
Antonio,
Avengers.
what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are I haven't seen any of these, so I
Okay.
don't know.
Bill, you haven't seen any of
This
those
is
so far?
this next one is the first one that I've actually seen, so I actually can comment on this one. I just I wanted to just hear what you guys had to say. You know what I mean? I was interested. But yeah, the
I'm
first
surprised
Avengers.
you agreed so far.
Yeah,
I know that's true.
I have no objections.
I really like this movie.
You haven't
So I
even said
think
it
what-
yet. I can't even tell what it is.
It's the Avengers. It's the first Avengers.
Oh,
One.
love it. Put it
This
in
one.
S.
Yeah.
I think this
I like
was the. Is this S? Is this our first S?
Oh yeah.
I don't know, Antonio, is it?
Is it?
Well, I want to play devil's advocate now. I think.
Well, what are your
It's
thoughts
okay, I'll
on
play
this
devil's
movie? Given
advocate.
it's the first one that you've seen.
Well, okay, yeah. This was the first one that I've ever seen of the Marvel movies, and I think like it made me very interested to see more. I guess not as interested to see these other ones,
All of
but
them.
you know,
Yeah.
for the future ones, it definitely did. But I think I watched it recently, and I don't know. I think it holds up still. So I think I would agree. It's pretty
I
high.
don't think it's S.
Yeah,
This
I'm
one
hesitant to
It's
say S.
more.
Well, just because
I just
S
think
is
it's-
such
Okay,
a high
what if-
praise, you know.
Low S.
Low. Well,
Yep.
right now
I
there
always
is
feel
no
like
higher
good
low.
now.
S.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like we can put
yeah.
it.
No, that's
We
fair.
can
That's fair.
evaluate later.
Okay.
I think it's like up there. Yeah.
Well, and I think
I
that
think
it.
this one is even more classic than like the first Iron Man. Like
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know.
I
When I
agree.
think of Marvel, this is what I think of. And I just love the introduction of all the characters all together. I like how
The-
Loki's the bad guy. The whole
shot where
final-
the iconic shot where they're like spinning around and they're like in a circle. And
yeah,
That's
what
really
I think of
iconic. Yeah.
the Marvel. So
S.
that's also earned some credit to be in the S tier. So I'm like, yep.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, and I think, like, you know, to this movie's credit, it cemented, like, the impact that Marvel has on, like, our media, you know what I mean? Like, more so than, like, any other of these movies. But,
Go.
and I can't, off the top of my head, I can't think of, like, any glaring flaws in it, so, like, I'll put it in S. I'm okay
Yeah,
with it.
I just think any flaws I can think of, I feel like it's just kind of cheesy. DC, I feel like they've done things here and there, but not really to this sort of scale, I feel like. And I mean, there's Star Wars, but that's also not really
Well,
the same.
This
Well,
movie
this is
made
tricky,
everyone want to start a cinematic universe, so I feel like that definitely,
Yeah.
like, that shows a lot. And we can't forget about the shawarma scene. I just want to bring that up. That's
True.
like,
Yeah.
you gotta remember about that. All right, so we'll
Whenever
put it in S.
I think of this movie, I think of the hole in the sky, you know,
Yeah.
and all of the little things coming out of it, and that big like centipede-looking robot thing, and it's just like, and it's coming out.
And then Hulk goes
Jeff's gifts.
straight into
All right,
it.
well, Cody, if you have anything to object,
No.
I think it needs to be an F.
Actually, you don't
I
get
think
to
it needs
say
to go
anything
all the
else.
way to the bottom.
No.
It needs to go to F because of the shawarma.
What's the next one?
Because it's right. The next one is Iron Man 3, which you guys
Okay,
have already
well-
mentioned.
I would put it in between Captain America and Iron Man 1.
I would put it.
I would
Okay.
agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I think that this one, I just really like the introduction of like that little kid, and I
Mhm.
love that relationship that they had. But it's also the start of a much bigger piece of all these other movies, which is the super soldier serum stuff, which like
Yeah.
you kind of see in First Avenger a little bit, but you don't really get to see much of that.
Yeah, you also get to see like this huge superhero that's having like panic attacks.
Yeah,
That's,
that's
like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that he's been through stuff. And I like looking back at all of these movies and stuff. And I've noticed that in all of like the third ones that have come out for a lot of these bigger superheroes, they always lose something. And that's pretty interesting to see, I feel like. So this one, like, he loses his suit. And you kind of
Yeah.
see him struggling with that on top of this trauma that he's been through with all these other things. And
Yeah, he loses it because he loses his suit.
Mhm.
He loses-
just like Captain America loses his shield, Thor loses his hammer.
It still does.
That says Ultron.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
it Ultron next?
No, it's
No.
not Ultron next.
Ah,
It's like
Sorry.
the polar opposite. It's Thor: The Dark World.
oh.
Everyone's favorite.
Okay.
What
to
is
be
wrong
fair,
with
though,
this one? I'm just curious. I've never seen it.
Wait, what movie is it?
Yeah, this one I don't think is quite as bad as what people say it is, but
Okay.
it's not. It's the same thing as like the first Thor or Incredible Hulk, something like that. I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch this movie.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
What movie is this?
This is Thor the Dark World.
Yeah.
I like this one better than the first Thor. So wherever the first Thor is, just put it before that.
Yeah, so C before the first Thor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I think that
It's not great.
I would what?
It's not great.
But it's not like awful.
Given the choice between the first Thor and this one, it's kind of a toss-up. I don't think I'd really go out of my way to watch either of them. So
Yeah.
it's not been different, I feel like.
But it's very important. I just think it's funny how it's very important to like the whole universe because they go back to like this movie in Endgame, right?
It's like, I mean, it's just
Kind
because of the stone, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that one's
It's not like a big part.
I think they just talk about Jane and how she's safe or something.
Yeah. Okay. So next we have Captain
Yes.
America: The Winter Soldier.
S. Put it at the top.
Yes.
But behind the first Avenger. That's my vote.
Okay.
No.
Okay, all of the Captain America movies, though, I mean, the first one's not quite as good, but this one and the next one, oh my gosh, some of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
I
good.
still think it's better than Avengers.
Really?
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
And why? And Cody,
Yeah.
why do you say that? I'm curious.
The stakes are, I feel like, a lot higher. Bucky is like, honestly, is like one of the best characters.
The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Still weird.
The Winter Soldier!
The action is really good. Just everything about it. It's
Also-
really
I'm pretty sure this is. I don't know what this is worth saying, but this is Andrew's favorite Marvel movie, and this is
good.
he's
It is.
also
It is
a big fan. He's a
We
big
got to
fan.
go for him.
Yeah, that's true. Because
We gotta do for him.
Andrew's not here.
Hey,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
When I was thinking
God.
back to, like, which one I would rather watch, if I were to sit down and say, I want to watch a Marvel movie, given the choice between these two, which one would I rather watch? And I think I'd rather watch this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
I would do Winter Soldier and then Avenger.
So
Yeah.
Winter Soldier is going above Avengers then.
yes.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
I don't think it's
We
going to be
all,
the top
we all
one.
agreed that Avengers would be low S tier.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Next we have Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one,
Ooh.
Can we put it above Iron Man?
the first Iron Man.
Above this, the other Iron Man. So in between
in
the Captain America and the Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
This is such a good movie, though. This was a super enjoyable movie to watch. I like the characters. I like the story. Like, it's just a classic, I feel like. And I like the
Fun
humor.
fact, this was one of the first Marvel movies I went and saw with my mom.
Aww.
That's wholesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did your mom think?
No.
No! Oh my god.
I loved it.
What did?
My,
Yeah.
my mom loved it, especially because she grew up like in the 70s, so she really liked the music.
Right. Yeah. The
Yeah.
soundtrack is really good.
I was going to say, I'd like to know that the soundtrack is, they're fantastic in the
Does it
Guardians.
have a record of it?
I do.
Yeah.
Honestly, just for that, I think it should go above Captain America.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know.
That got shut down quickly.
Hey, I just threw it out there.
You know what, Cody? We respect that opinion here.
Okay, but we can always change it later on if we really feel like
Nope,
it.
No.
you
Right.
can't. Nope.
I
There's once they're cemented, there's no going back. I'm kidding. No,
What?
Honestly, I think we have to in order to make this video not 2 hours.
yeah. Well,
We're fine.
unless it's like a really quick change and we're all in agreement of it. But
Okay.
Well, it's
Okay.
going to be down the line depending on what else is in the A level, whether or not Guardians is going to go above Captain America or below Captain America.
wait, okay. So you guys think it should go between Captain America and
I-
Iron Man 3?
Yes.
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 I think I
Yeah.
need to rewatch this one because I have seen this one, but it's been a lot. It's been a while.
This one, every time I watch this movie, I think of Disneyland, and I'm not mad about that. So
That's
fair.
yeah. It's cute.
I still am curious. I've never seen like what they've done with Disneyland since they added all the Avengers stuff, but I heard it's like
It's really cool.
it's
What's
so
the
cool.
next one? What's the next one, Grace?
oh the next one is Avengers
It's Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah, S tier.
Is this S tier?
Number one, please.
This is
Yeah.
this is
I would-
top.
This is top.
Okay.
Yeah,
top.
this is like
I would-
my number
Has
one
everyone-
favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Of everything.
It's really, really good.
I watched the
Actually,
part
yeah.
the other
No,
before
okay, cool.
It's not. It is above
stuff.
Civil War.
But when right after Ultron gets created and he like takes over Jarvis and all this kind of stuff, and he walks in, he's like all crippled and whatnot, and then he's like you guys are the. I don't even know what he says, but oh my gosh, when Hawkeye has Cap's shield and he's like, Cap, here, and then he like throws the shield at him, and Cap does like this weird like little flippy kick thing.
We're introducing a new segment to the show where Grace just recaps Marvel movies.
Okay.
I love this segment.
I have to for Ultron, okay? I'm just saying.
Okay, but this is also where we get Vision.
So good. Oh my gosh. And we get Wanda.
Yep.
Dead.
That is true.
Put it at the top. Tippity top.
Okay. Well, I'm realizing now that like
Also, the person who played Quicksilver played Lemon in Bullet Train.
That's
oh my
facts.
god! Can
That's
we not
facts.
talk about Bullet Train?
Yeah,
What's
where does Bullet Train rank on the Marvel movie tier list? I'm just curious.
That's true.
Yeah.
S tier.
I do not like it.
I didn't like it either. I was really bored after like the first 30 minutes.
All right. Well,
Honestly, yeah, I wish we had stopped.
well,
And that was that. Like I was about to pay money to go see that in the theater because somebody said it was worth a watch, and I was like, nah, it's fine. And then it came out on one of the streaming services right after that, and I watched it. I'm like, yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's
That
talk
is
about
fair.
Marvel.
the next one is Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
I would say B above Iron Man 2.
La cucaracha, la cucaracha.
Okay, I just think of
Thank
Cat
you
in the
for
Hat
that.
when you did that.
Well, that's his
Cat in the
man. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't
No,
think
you know
so.
when the Cat in the Hat is in like the bra.
Yes. Where does Cat in the Hat rank on the Marvel
Cat.
movie tier list?
Yeah, where's Cat in the Hat on this?
It's off the charts, man.
It's beyond this whole
Off
this whole
charts?
universe.
off the charts. It's above our understanding.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Oh my
Yeah, we can't understand it. We can't
well, we can
comprehend
talk
it.
about that when we do the Dr. Seuss movie tier list.
Oh, yeah,
Eventually,
like all
because we'll
three
get
of
to
them.
that eventually. But with
Yeah,
the first
we
Ant-Man,
will.
I remember liking the first Ant-Man a good amount.
It's just funny. It's good.
Yeah.
It came out on my birthday.
Is it?
It did.
Happy birthday.
I
Mhm.
think we should.
Thank you.
I think we should put it in between Guardians and Iron Man 3.
I'm
Really?
okay with that.
Okay.
I like that.
I
Wait,
would.
who-
It's just so entertaining and it's so fun to watch Paul Rudd
That's true.
I
True.
do
Like,
really enjoy
in
Paul
this
Rudd.
setting.
I gotta be honest.
It definitely has to be close to Guardians because they're both kind of the same vibe,
They do. They're
They don't
different,
take itself. They don't take
which
itself
is
seriously.
good.
but it's still
And then
really.
he
It's
turns
still-
into an ant.
And then he turns into an ant.
An Ant-Man.
Yeah. You roll credits. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's actually higher than I expected. I thought that you guys might advocate for it to be lower, but you know what?
I will say, I
Yeah,
said B because I was expecting everybody else to say B.
Say what you want to say.
Yeah, no, say what you believe.
Okay, then S.
No.
Okay, maybe don't say what you believe. No, I'm kidding. No, we respect
Well,
all
then,
opinions unless they're wrong.
Unless they're wrong.
Unless they're objectively wrong. But
Yeah.
what do
Unless we say otherwise.
yeah.
It's
I'm
okay.
realizing that I like these movies a lot, but I feel like you guys have such strong feelings about them that I can't
It's just because we've seen them
can't
so
object.
Interracial.
that's fair.
I don't know what we have now.
I mean okay, the next one is Captain America Civil War. And I heard
Oh my
that this one
gosh,
is
I love this one.
this one is like
I
top
would
tier.
say that this is S tier
Mm-hmm.
above Avengers.
No.
No?
I would say above Winter Soldier. Just saying.
No.
No.
Okay, I will on that. I don't care about this movie. This movie
This is
is
when
like
everybody's in it.
That's true.
I don't care.
And Wanda's
When
in
they first
it.
introduced
And Paul
Spider-Man.
Rudd is sleeping in the back.
No.
And
No.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man makes his
I think have
entrance.
his own movies, and those ones are way better. Okay, hold on. I feel like I'm just going to be defeated anyway. There's no point.
No,
Then
Rachel,
say-
please. We
say
want
what
to hear
you
from
want.
you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I just don't care about this movie. I don't like that they're fighting with each other. I mean, like,
But it's for
no.
Zemo.
No. They're supposed to be the heroes
Mhm.
and, work together and work things out without violence. I feel like, but that's what they do instead. They literally tear apart an airport.
And Don Cheadle almost dies.
Yeah,
that's a good point. F.
No, I love this. Okay,
I would be
put it
okay.
below Avengers.
Hold on. I do think that it's a good movie, and I do like that everyone's in it. I don't like the reason why, but I do think that it's a good movie. I do think that it was well done. I think the fact that Iron Man and Captain America just couldn't fucking figure it out is upsetting. And I would just put it at low S.
I think that
okay.
I would agree with that, but I don't know.
I'm passionate.
It's good to be
as long as it's in S tier, I'm okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. So low S tier?
Yeah.
Antonio, what do you think?
I think that I only remember like the first half of the movie, I'm gonna be honest. So maybe my viewpoint aligns more with Rachel.
We saw a post the other day where it was the poster. Do you remember the poster that we saw in Roseburg? Yeah. No, it was in that little shop, and it was a poster, and it was of Civil War, and it had Captain America and Iron Man on it. It's like, why are we fighting again? Over some legal documents, I think.
Yeah.
It was
because Captain America, the Winter
No, I know.
Bucky literally killed his parents.
It's because
literally killed his parents. And he found out about it, and he wanted to get his revenge. He's like, I'm gonna kill you all.
Okay, but
and then
better than that.
Huh? Well, this is when Cap loses his shield and he rises above. He's so much better than that.
And then we don't see Cap for like how many movies?
Well, a long time.
Yeah. Bad.
Because he's trying to figure out what happened to him and why he lost all of his friends.
Okay.
He has to literally go into hiding.
I didn't realize this would be like the most polarizing movie to talk about. I just thought it was unanimously
so split, to be honest with you.
You know what I mean? But this is interesting. I like the discourse. But I think we are gonna move on though, if that is okay with everyone.
Yeah.
All right. We could come back potentially, but we're gonna move on to the first Doctor Strange, the only Doctor Strange on this list.
Fair point.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I do like this movie.
I would say low A. I would say above Iron Man 1.
It's hard for me to rank them in relation to the other ones just because I haven't seen the other ones, but like based on what I know, I think that's a pretty fair ranking, I think.
I do like this one. I like the character. I like his background.
I do.
Yeah.
How in depth it got in the background because it made us care about him more.
Mm-hmm.
And I like one thing that I feel like is maybe not, at least to my knowledge, I think that this is one of the only Marvel movies that it doesn't have like a traditional sort of like CGI battle ending in a way. Like there's just like a bunch of CGI, but like
okay.
I don't know if like from my memory,
it's more of like self-struggle.
Yeah.
Well, in the first part of it for sure. The ending though is when he's doing like the Dormammu, I've come to bargain over and over again, and it's like the old time switches and all that fun stuff.
I just think that's interesting.
And that was that was all real.
That actually happened.
That all happened, yeah.
For sure.
And like the really cool effect when he kind of like he kind of leaves his body or whatever, and like that scene where it's like he goes through space. Am I thinking about the right thing? Did you guys hear any of what I just said? Okay.
No.
No.
He froze.
I like this movie. I think low A is fair though, because I think I like Ant-Man more.
I'm still sticking with A above Iron Man 1.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's interesting because we put Iron Man 1 in A because it's a classic, but we put this one because we just like it, which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
I think if I had to go back now, I probably would have put Iron Man 1 in B. But even
because
then,
I was going to say, because like you kind of have to like let your impression of it be not as jaded just because it is the first one, but like at the same time, it is the first one, and it's kind of hard to ignore that fact. So like,
but it's like the first one.
Yeah. All right. Well, so wait, are we thinking here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is up to you guys. This is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I didn't like it as much as the first one.
No. C. D.
Oh, whoa.
No, that's too low. I would say like B.
Rachel's.
What's the one in B right now?
Iron Man 2.
I
What's
couldn't
the one?
go below that.
I don't like this one.
I
I know the stuff with his dad. It just wasn't. I don't know.
It was a lot, but it was also like I wanted to see more of the Guardians, not just Peter.
And,
You know what I mean?
and their love story and yada yada.
Yeah.
okay, but Yondu.
Okay, but Yondu's in the first one too.
I know, but
Only for a little bit.
I feel like
I don't know.
Yondu
My favorite part of this movie is like the
Character
5-minute
development.
intro, and that's it.
That's true.
The intro?
What?
The intro.
Where they're fighting that big thing, and Groot is just walking around dancing, and Drax is like, "I'm gonna cut him open from the inside," and jumps inside his mouth, and then tries to tap it.
Well, if the intro is the best part, I feel like that's
I see.
telling, you know?
No, I wouldn't
No,
say.
Cody disagrees, though.
I would say either low B or high C, one of those two.
I see.
Low B.
Let's see, high B. So I have to pick? Okay.
Interesting, because it's technically in the same spot no matter what.
That's true. I think we need...
Yeah, wait.
I think
We need
Low B.
more. We need
Low
more.
B.
More
I see.
things to be in B, so I'm going to put it in B, just
Okay.
to even things out a little bit. But
I will say, normally I would put this just like slightly below the first one, but
well, and if you just like the characters and the, their interactions, I feel like that you're gonna enjoy it regardless of the actual story
I will say I'm
necessarily.
excited for the new one. Excited for the story in that one.
I feel like given the choice between the two of them, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, the second one is so much better," and I'm like,
It's the dad that it's the dad that ruins it for me.
"Yeah,
Like, I want to like it. There's nothing else wrong with it. It's just all about him. Like, I like the fight scene at the end. That's cool. But it's too much, and it's not what I wanted. I don't know.
I would agree with that though." Yeah.
Well, the next one is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I put this one.
High B.
yeah, high B.
That was
That was
good.
hard. Well, that was hard.
That was all high B. Okay,
Yeah.
What's the first one in B right now?
that's
Iron
Iron Man
Man
2.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wouldn't put it above any of the other ones in A.
Yeah, I agree.
I might put it above Iron Man 1, but like we said, it's
Maybe,
kind of
but I mean, honestly, Iron Man 1 and Spider-Man Homecoming are about the same for me. If they could be in the exact same spot, I probably would. That just makes sense to me. I don't know why.
interesting.
I think they very seamlessly included Spider-Man into the universe, and I think that definitely like helped my.
It did.
And
enjoyment.
Spider-Man is just such a lovable character too.
Yeah.
I will say that I think some of the other Spider-Man movies are better than this one.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm okay with putting this one in B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like his interactions with Iron Man in this one because you don't get that in the other ones, obviously.
Yeah.
But
S.
Thor Ragnarok.
S.
S.
Can we put above Civil War?
Are we just going? Are we
Can we
going
put
straight
it
to S?
above?
I would
Not
put
even
it
a
above
question.
Avengers.
I would put it above Avengers.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good.
Oh,
Huh? My name is
I remember we
Meryl.
hello, my name is Coke. I'm made of ropes.
collectively we watched this together, and that was my
We
first
did.
time watching it. We watched the first half,
Is it?
and then we didn't watch the rest. I never went back and watched the rest.
Is
I'm gonna be
Is it
honest.
because you weren't interested, or is it because you just didn't?
I just
get it?
never thought to do it. I don't know why. Like,
I think we did something else.
got home.
I think it needs to be an S tier. Yeah.
I would agree with that. My hard thing is I love Civil War so much that I'm like, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to put it above that. But if all you guys agree, then
I would put it above the first Avengers.
Yeah.
pain in my
I would watch Thor Ragnarok like 3 times in a row.
Okay, when you think about it that way, I've watched this one probably more times than majority of the other ones.
Yeah.
It's a good, easy watch.
Yeah.
It's
And it's fun.
It was very fun.
I
Yeah,
put it above
what I did
Avengers.
see
Love you.
was pretty good. Okay, so here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Next, we got Black Panther. Silence.
It's a good movie, okay? I just
Okay,
watched it.
It's a good movie. I like the story. I like the characters. I think they're really fun. I just, as a movie, it wasn't as captivating as I had hoped it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
And
bad because I don't
I
remember
don't
a
think
whole
the
lot.
story is that interesting. I honestly don't think that it's like a great movie.
I think that the lore of the Black Panther and Wakanda is cool.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they did it though was weird. I
This is
do
the
like
one
I
with
like Killmonger. Killmonger was a
Killmonger.
great
yeah,
villain.
this is the one with
I
Killmonger.
don't know.
I really liked the first like half of it. I think it's pretty
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
and then it
And
just
then, like,
get
really
very
long.
exciting after that. Yeah.
I would say low B.
I would. Okay, yeah, because I would definitely put it above Thor.
Yeah.
What's the one at the end of B?
Guardians 2.
Yeah.
And what's the second one? Thor. That's the
Thor 2
No.
Wait.
No,
In
in
B.
B.
would be.
It's Iron Man 2. I would put it in between Iron Man 2 and Guardians.
I would put it below Guardians.
Or below. That's fine with me too.
I think this movie gets a lot of
like-
credit because of
Yeah.
sort of like what it represents as a movie.
Yeah,
like,
and
as
that's
part
really.
of
But I wish that they had done it differently.
yeah.
And I know we're not including this, but I think they did a really good job with that in the second one.
Oh.
The second
love
one.
the
This
second
one was
one.
so good. I would put that in
Second.
A.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's what we were kind of wanting with this one.
Yeah.
We were wanting it to be a little bit more exciting, a little bit more character development, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really there. I felt like it was so focused on like setting the foundation for Black Panther to make it a really good, solid foundation for the future, so that you could do a whole bunch of stuff with it. But that doesn't necessarily make it a very exciting movie, to be fair. So
I would still put it in low B.
I'd put it above Guardians for sure. That's all I'd say.
Right here.
That's the general
Is that-
consensus.
All right.
Consensus? All right. Well, next we have Avengers Infinity War.
I have not watched that movie in a long time.
So what do we think about Infinity War?
That one feels
Definitely very
like-
good. I don't think it's S tier.
I would agree with
I do
that.
think it is. I would honestly say high A. Like the
It
highest.
is really good. But
it is weird.
I personally would put it in between Ant-Man and Iron Man 3, I think is where I would put it.
okay.
Really.
I would also, I think I would agree with that because, I would definitely agree with that because, like, this movie, yes, it's really good. Like, all the character, like, overall, it's very good. But I don't want to watch it.
Well, my issue
That's what's hard about it.
my issue with it, and
hard to watch.
this has always been my issue with it ever since I saw it, is that it and I feel like a lot of people probably agree, it feels incomplete. Like, you need to watch this and then Endgame, or at least for me, in like one
that was
city.
the point.
It's supposed to.
That
Yeah,
was
I know,
the
but
point.
that's the thing.
And
It's
that's
like,
what sucks about
it
it.
detracts from the enjoyment of the first part because it ends on such a big cliffhanger. But the second one you can watch and you get like a full story with like a nice ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like it because of the cliffhanger, mainly because it did something different.
Yeah, and that is worth noting. And
Which
I think a
was
lot of people like did not expect it. Well, maybe people expected it to end that way, but
No, this was
even
like.
when if you expect it,
God.
it hits you really hard. You know what I mean?
Also, 2018.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
am
I'm
still
anymore.
high A.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I would say it's either like one below Ant-Man or one above Ant-Man. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I'm okay with one above Ant-Man.
Yeah,
I would-
because it still is really good.
What about above Guardians?
I would be okay with that.
I personally, actually I'm not mad about that because the more I think about it, the more I like all the different pieces of the story and how there's like different consecutive stories going on, and then it's all happening simultaneously, and it's all this one.
Peter
big
Dinklage is in it.
Who?
Peter
Wait,
Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage is in. Oh, you're right. He is in this for like
Who is-
he's the guy from Game of
he's the one of
Thrones.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to watch this one again. I feel like my opinion just.
I would be okay with above Guardians.
I feel like it's hard for me because I do agree that it's a good movie, but my enjoyment level doesn't go above B. And that's hard because I want to put it in A, but like, you know what I mean?
I am still confident in below Ant-Man, but that's just me. I'm fine also putting it.
I think to make everybody happy, in between Guardians and Ant-Man.
That's fine.
All
right.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. We got to even it out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp.
High C.
Which one's the first one in C? Is that the Dark World?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd be fine putting it.
Yeah, I don't
above that.
remember much about. Like, I remember
I know, I'm
liked
trying to
this movie
remember.
enough, but like
I remember Donovan and I watched this in theaters, and when the post-credit scene happened,
yeah, I was gonna say the post credits.
died laughing.
What was it?
What was the post?
It was Ant-Man was in the quantum realm, and then it just cut to
Then like
to them. Yeah, to them.
away.
To them
like,
what?
It faded to Hank Pym, his wife, and
The snap after the snap.
Yeah. It
Oh
cuts
my,
to just
they're
the
on the
leaves
roof.
flying away.
Yeah. It just,
Oh
and
my
it just
gosh!
randomly cuts to
I
them turning
forgot
into
about
dust.
that.
And it's so funny.
It's really funny.
The way
but
the way that they cut it was so funny.
yeah, and he's just like guys, hello.
And then it ends.
Oh my gosh! I forgot about that.
That's the
Oh,
most
I-
memorable part of the movie, which
I
says a
agree.
lot. So
What I think of when I think of this movie is the building. How they had the big building that was out in the woods or whatever on the street, or yeah, it was on the street first, and then they shrunk the building and put it in the car.
yeah.
Drove out to the
I do
woods.
remember that. Yeah.
And it was about like getting Hope's mom back.
Yeah, and they were trying.
Yeah.
I really liked the ending of this one, just with like them trying to get to the quantum realm and all that kind of stuff. I liked that, but I didn't like the rest of it. I didn't like the little.
Still high C.
I agree.
Still high C.
I
So the
agree.
beginning, so the top.
Post-credit scene is the best part of it.
I'm okay with high C.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, we're in the final stretch. We have 3 more movies, starting with Captain Marvel.
I don't. It's not as bad as people said it was. To be fair,
I agree. I think I would definitely put it above Ant-Man and Wasp.
what's the last one on B?
Guardians 2.
Ooh.
I
What
wouldn't put it above Guardians.
I would honestly put it below Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'd much rather watch
He's just
Ant-Man.
so cocky.
Why?
Handle it.
I just like it more.
What is the main issue with this movie in your guys' opinion?
Cody, you go first.
Think really
Grace,
hard.
go first.
My main issue with this movie, you knew I had something to say, was that she's so cocky. I hate her attitude. She's like, I'm just better than everybody else, and like I have all these powers now, and I can save everybody. I think that's stupid, and I just don't really like the pacing of the movie. I feel like it just kind of started off in a weird place where she was like, in space doing whatever, training, whatever the case may be, and then suddenly she gets her powers, and then there's Nick Fury and he's kind of doing whatever, and then out of nowhere, then there's some sort of conflict because people are trying to. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Rachel? What is it? Is it a cat?
Cat.
It's Goose.
Goose
No way.
with the Tesseract.
Yeah. I think that it's funny that people like whatever opinion, whatever, it's fine. But I think it's funny when people say like I didn't like her attitude, but then you think about something like Civil War where they're fighting over like fighting. Like I feel like that's so contradictive.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the whole movie was about them like just fighting over something that they cannot just get over.
It's
Like,
different
they
though.
figured it out.
Yeah, I feel like
I do agree with that. It is different.
it's different because we've seen all these movies with them, and they've had these relationships, they've had these different experiences with each other, and then it kind of boils down to one of them feels betrayed. Like his parents were literally killed because of something trying to defend.
Yeah. But I'm thinking like nitty gritty, like down to the bone, like that's what it was. That's what happened. And they just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. And I think
literally picking teams and fighting about it.
I think what bugs me about that is that like sorry. they like they're fighting over it.
No. Let her talk.
Yeah, are we just going back to Civil War?
And they're really just trying to stand up for what they believe in. But I also feel like they never once were like, well, I just am right, and this I already know it. Like they just were trying to do what was right and what.
See, but I never got that from Carol though.
It was different. It was more like I I guess I kind of noticed it more in Endgame, I'm pretty sure. But
also,
I don't know.
hate name's Carol.
Yeah.
Carol my name is Carol.
You hate the name Carol?
Yeah.
Does that detract from the viewing experience?
Funny.
Yeah. I also just hate that the sudden just time shift. Like it goes from, we're saying pretty current and, it's accurate
Well,
to
and it was her memory. They kidnapped her from Earth or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And made her into
it's just kind of weird.
It was good. Like I feel like I'm not gonna disagree with you and say that she's not annoying, but I do feel like that it's slightly different.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So I like cat. I like Goose.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Nick Fury in it. I really, really like Nick Fury in it. And I like that. I like seeing that part. I feel like that she was done dirty. I feel like that they didn't do it right and that they could have done better. But given what's here, I don't feel like it's that bad of a movie. Personally, her attitude doesn't bother me because she's relearning how to exist.
Yeah. I think what I struggle with this movie is kind of like you said, like they just didn't really do the best job at introducing the character. And I don't know, they just kind of out of nowhere after all these years of all these other superheroes that we've known and we've come to love and all this, you get this new movie and it kind of just paints this idea that she is just, she has all these superpowers and she can do everything without really setting up that sympathy with the character, or I guess empathy more with the character, and we didn't really have that sort of.
It was just right off the bat, like we don't like her. But I do like a lot about this movie, and none of it is with Carol. I like everything else.
I think that's.
I like Nick. I like the Goose. I like
everything except the main character.
Hold on, her pilot friend, and I like her daughter, and I like that her daughter is in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm. And I also like the scrolls. I think that those were.
I like the scrolls too, and I like that they're still a part of it. It wasn't like this movie happened. Oh, people didn't like it. Let's forget about it. Let's let's take the good things that people like and make it better.
But still, I am still sticking with either low C or above Dark World.
I would put it above, because ranking it, I'm thinking about how often would I watch it? When would I
Just go with your instinct.
Yeah, and I want to put it above Ant-Man and Wasp.
And I want to put it below Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's what I'm leaning towards.
Because when I don't know.
I also agree with below Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, that's fine.
Anthony, have you seen this one?
No, I've not.
Okay, that's what I thought.
That's why I'm just letting you guys
talk. Before we did.
I will say the one thing I will say about this movie is I think that it might be potentially held back by when it came out and when it kind of had to come out. Just because it kind of had to come out before Endgame, obviously, to set up this new character.
Yeah, it was almost
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That could have potentially jaded people's opinions on it. If it come out years before, maybe it wouldn't have been so received. I don't know. Maybe they would have even had more of a drive to flesh it out better. I don't know.
I think they could have done so much more with the character development and the story development, all that kind of stuff, and the timing of it. All of that could have been a lot better. But in itself, it's not a bad movie to watch, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. And honestly, I would just watch it. I feel like it's a decent standalone.
It does intrigue me. I'm intrigued to watch this one more so than some of the other ones, just because I know how polarizing it is. But
yeah, I'm okay. I think we know where we want to put it.
All right. Next, I do have things to say about this next one. Endgame.
Top of S.
This is my favorite Marvel movie. I mean, I'm a basic.
This is also my favorite Marvel movie.
But I can't deny it. If I was making this, it'd be top of S. But
okay, when was the last time you guys watched this movie?
Literally,
last year.
Earlier in 2022.
Okay,
Maybe summer around that time.
Probably summer 2020.
Yeah, it's so good.
I'm having a hard time with this one.
I love this movie so much.
It definitely has to be above Infinity War. I believe that.
Yes. That is without a doubt.
Or what happens this movie at all?
No.
I don't know.
Cody.
I'm just as shocked as you are.
Well, Ant-Man comes back from the quantum realm. He goes and finds Cap and Widow, and they're like, oh, what can we do? And then out of nowhere, Carol Danvers shows up, and they go and get Fat Thor.
Yeah.
And all this stuff. They spend like half the movie trying to figure out how to get Stones back.
Iconic
movie.
There's so many moments in this that are just like quotable and memeable. Cody, you have a Lego set of Thor's man cave.
That is true.
That's from this movie.
Also, and I have Iron Man's Infinity Gauntlet.
That's worth something.
I only say this because I've watched too much VFX artists react, but at the end with that one. With that single shot, like 2-minute fight scene, is like crazy.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
So good. Also, I just sobbed for the last like 15 minutes of the movie.
Absolutely. Every time I watch it, I cry.
Yeah, from the moment that it's the three of them. Who is it? Iron Man, Cap, and Thor, and they are guarded by Thanos and all of them or whatever, and they go out to fight him, and then it's just Cap left, and he goes, I could do this all day. And then all of a sudden these people come out of these portals and they're like, on your left. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
But that's one scene.
Yeah, so but like that's just one piece to like the whole
I'm still over here thinking, okay, when will I go out of my way to watch this?
Most of the time.
I would go out of my way to watch this.
I would probably agree with that, to be honest with you. There's more that I would go out of my way to watch, but this is also one.
I agree with that.
Out of a list of 10,
there are other ones that I would rather watch compared to this one because I know how like devastating it is. Mm-hmm. That's why I haven't watched these like Infinity War and Endgame. I have watched them, but like
not like
It's not like, oh, I feel like watching this. It's more of like, oh, I actually don't feel like watching this. Please don't make me watch.
Damn. All right.
I find it really interesting, though, how I like what they did with the stones and having to go back and get the stones. And it takes you back to the more...
This movie created a brand new, like a new version of movie time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It like invented its own version of time travel.
They did.
Yeah, okay.
And it makes sense if you think about it.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Both like realistically and movie-wise.
Just put it top S.
No, I would put it below Age of Ultron.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, take my opinion with a grain of salt. But
that's a good point.
But I do feel very strongly that it deserves to be an S somewhere. All right, well, we have one more movie left. And this is probably a kind of a subpar one to end with just because Endgame is like the big one. But like, yeah, Spider-Man Far From Home. I mean, this is a good movie. I like this movie. It's kind of a weird way to cap things off, I guess.
Yeah, it feels like it needs to end with Endgame.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Literally speaking.
I would put it... I personally do not like this one compared to Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
I think I liked it. Homecoming was more enjoyable to watch than this one, mainly because Spider-Man gets betrayed and it's kind of just like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Like, that's disappointing. And it's like turns into a shit show kind of.
Yeah.
I would like off the bat, I'm thinking below Homecoming.
What's the one below Homecoming right now?
Iron Man 2. I'm okay with that.
I would agree with that. You put it below Homecoming, above Iron Man 2.
That's interesting. I think, I don't know, I feel like I'd rather watch this one than Homecoming.
I could see that too because it's interesting to watch.
I just feel like it's a very fun movie. I mean, like, there's obviously like parts of it that kind of suck, but like.
Well, I just think of, I don't know his character. What's his name?
Mysterio.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say Jake Gyllenhaal, but I feel like his character is just so like devastating and so ruthless that it's like it feels gross.
I feel like they did, from what I understand about Mysterio, that makes sense.
No, and I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm not saying that they did it. I'm just thinking enjoyment wise.
Yeah, I personally feel like it's like every other superhero movie I've seen, and it's because it starts out with these lovable characters. Sure, Tony Stark just died, and they're focusing on that, but then it's like, oh, Peter and MJ, you're so in love, whatever, and they're going to London. How exciting!
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere there's a bad guy and they have to deal with the bad guy
but the bad guy isn't really a bad guy because the good guy is the bad guy, and it's like
and I mean, and it is like I think it's just funny like they try to play it off like he's not a bad guy, but it's very obvious and you like if you know even if you like if you just know who he is, like you know it's gonna go south. So.
And it just makes my skin crawl. Like it's cringy, and I hate saying that word, but
why does it feel like that? I hate that. I wish it didn't.
Yeah,
it does cringy.
I'm okay with below Homecoming.
Maybe I'm looking at this with rose-colored glasses, just because. I also really I don't know like the way that this movie ends is also very impactful, but like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but the other thing is that people have criticized Spider-Man strictly because, this version of Spider-Man strictly because, like, he can't, like, struggle, and that's what people really liked about the Tobey Maguire one. And I feel like this redeems that criticism, which... Yep. He got what was coming to him. Like... I don't know, and I like that aspect, but I can't get over the fact that it's not as enjoyable. Yeah. I do think that it's good, but like the enjoyment that I get is not as much as Homecoming or any of the other ones.
When I think of Far From Home, the one scene that I think about is when he is in like Denmark or something, and he has to call Happy, and then when Happy lands, he's just like, "Is that you?"
Yeah, he's like, "Tell me something. I know what's really."
And like the tulips.
Yeah, that honestly, still to this day, probably breaks my heart.
Oh my gosh! It also breaks my heart the scene when they're on the little sky bridge thing, and he's like, like it's the time, and Mysterio's laying there and all this stuff, and then Peter has his little Peter tingle, and he like grabs the gun. That Mysterio just
that scene is amazing.
That is cool. Yeah.
Scene is really
like
good.
That scene.
Okay, well,
I would still put it below.
I think, I think personally I'd put it above Homecoming, but if you guys all say below, then I'll agree.
I'm okay. Wherever.
Yep. Whatever you guys think.
But I'm saying it's whatever you guys think.
I put it above.
Honestly, if I had a way to put it in the same spot, I would.
It's hard because for Homecoming, I really liked the Vulture. That's what's really getting me. I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Mysterio was okay. Like he had he was a good guy, but actually a bad guy, and it's all sorts of connections. But
more conflict.
Below.
Vulture.
We'll put it below. That's fine. Okay. Well, we've completed our mission, guys. We've ranked the whole Infinity Saga.
In 20 minutes.
Good job.
In has it been an hour and 20 minutes? Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah. Okay. So
what's the one on the bottom?
That's the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, that makes sense.
So we had I was curious if we were gonna have any F tier picks, but I guess like that just shows the quality.
But if we did all of them, maybe.
If we
F tier, Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame is like pretty trash. I think
overrated.
Garbage. Nobody wants to watch it. It's an awful. It doesn't even mean anything.
True. Not even worth watching. Trash. All right. Well, what I hope, I hope you guys didn't think that doing this was trash because I enjoyed this. Thank you guys for being here and joining me today to make this tier list.
Oh yeah.
Cody, Rachel, Grace, you guys have been fantastic guests to have on this show.
I'm excited to do all the MCU movies.
We will eventually potentially do all of them.
Hey, let's do it for fun.
Right now?
Right now.
That's what we're gonna do.
But we're gonna.
I don't even. Ones have come out recently.
We are gonna cut the video though. So, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode of Chit Chats. Peace out. Bye.
Bye.
Go watch Endgame. It's a good movie.
What?